Hello. Now I have the radio set up. I'm going to see what it's like to fly from TN98 to Skyranch to downtown Knoxville. So we'll give this a shot. Now I actually have a Cytec or Cycat or whatever it's called, the radio panel, and I have the switch panel, but neither of those work on Microsoft Flight Simulator yet. I have the throttle quadrant, the trim wheel, and the yoke, and all those, and the rudder pedals, and all those do work. So hopefully they'll support my switch panel and my radio controls, because I don't like having to. You wouldn't want to zoom in like this while you're flying to fiddle with these knobs with the mouse. It'd be a good way to end up in trouble. So we'll get going here. Skyranch traffic, Skyhawk 172 November is taxiing to the south runway, Skyranch. I thought I hit the right button. I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. It just didn't work. There we go. That's weird. I did hit the button. We usually taxi around the other planes, but since there's no other planes here, I can just do it like this. I usually go around and back behind, and then behind the planes along this building. But I'm just going to do it like this since there's no other planes here. There's also usually a gas tank here too.
You on Zello?
Yeah, Phil, how you doing? Here's where I normally do my run-up.
Doing alright, how are you?
Pretty good. Trying out this flight simulator. Did you watch my video earlier?
Yeah, I saw your earlier flight.
It wasn't too bad, right? Would you flunk me?
No, I enjoyed it.
Alright. No, I meant the flying.
No, I wouldn't funk you.
Alright. You'd make. I wish you could be by me. Be my DPE then. I'm trying out this whole ATC thing here on the left. I'm not sure how to select it now. I tried clicking on it. Oh, I guess I had other things to do.
Tango November Niner, in traffic Cessna November 172 November is taxiing to runway 19er. Tango November Niner, in traffic Cessna November 172 November taking off runway 19er east departure.
This is weird. I feel like I have to say something. Rotate. Bang to the right, avoid the trees. There's actually some trees on the right of the runway too that aren't shown. Remove my flaps.
When I was in flight school, they taught me never remove flaps while you're in a turn. You always want to be in level flight when you add or remove flaps.
I haven't heard a complaint about it yet. Because I won't be in level flight until because we stay away from those houses along the river. They're very nice houses. They might not want planes flying over their houses. So I have a while before I get to level flight here. You know, until I make that whole turn. And I need airspeed for climbing.
Well, in the climb or descent, that's one thing, but you don't want to be turning when you remove it, is what they taught me.
Oh, really? I'll have to ask about that. I don't see an issue with it if my airspeed doesn't change.
And it might be different if there's obstacles you have to avoid, where when in my situation we didn't have any obstacles, and it's safer to do it if you can in level flight.
Ooh, this will. I spent all that time programming these radios, and I can actually just do this like this. Skyranch traffic, Skyhawk 172 November's in the downwind for an east departure, Skyranch towards downtown Knoxville. Oh well, I don't see downtown Knoxville in there yet. Slow down a little bit. Don't want to bust the airspace. Usually don't go much over 2,000 here.
So, did you quarantine for a couple weeks before coming back to mom and dad's?
About a week. A little less than a week. Downtown Skyranch traffic, Skyhawk 172 November is turning base for a east departure towards downtown Knoxville, Skyranch. I always trip over my tongue when I'm saying things in the plane. Or actually, I think it's more because I'm on YouTube. I don't think I'm that bad in the plane. Switch active comm frequencies. I'll wait a second. Downtown Knoxville, Skyhawk 172 November's. East of the field, last call, Skyranch. Let's see here. I have a radio panel right here on my, but it doesn't work with Microsoft Flight Simulator like it does with like it does with the X-Plane. All right. It has me.
Do you need that separate radio?
Let's see. No, I have controls for my radio, so I don't have to mess with these buttons or knobs on my desk. So I don't have to do this.
I see.
That's weird. The weather isn't working. 125375. Huh. Odd. Oh well. This is where in a simulator you can get into trouble. Let's see where I ended up. There's the airport. I don't know why it has me requesting things. It's not a tower-controlled airport. Oh well. Downtown traffic, Skyhawk 172 November's. About 2-3 miles to the south. Entering a 45 downwind downtown for runway 26 downtown. That happens when I get all distracted with the new simulator. This isn't quite a 45 down one. I usually would have been heading this way. But I'll tell you, if you look at the roads over here, like on the left there, these roads are actually pretty realistic to what they look like. Downtown traffic, Skyhawk 1, 17 November is downwind, runway 26. Left downwind, runway 26, downtown. Here's where I'd put my carb heat on if I wasn't in a fuel-injected plane. I am a little low. Downtown traffic, Skyhawk 1, 17 November, turning left base, runway 26, downtown. Yeah, my rudder pedals are really sensitive in this. I might have to look into Microsoft Flight Simulator to see if there's a way to adjust the sensitivity of the controls. I would even say my yoke is a little bit sensitive too.
I'm sure there's a way to adjust the sensitivity.
Downtown traffic, Skyhawk 1, 17 November is turning final, runway 26, downtown. I usually look to the right, make sure nobody's coming straight in. Drifting a little bit. Overcorrected. Nah, this would be... I don't do this in real life. This would be normally be a go-around. But I'm in a flight simulator. Haha. Downtown traffic, Skyhawk 1, 17 November is clear of the runway. Downtown. Clean up the plane. Put in the carb heat if it was on. Let me look around this airport a little bit. Excuse me, a little bit. Believe it or not, this airport is actually less realistic than our airport. Interesting. Like there's a building over, should be a building over here to my, in front of me to my right. Oh, downtown traffic, Skyhawk 1, 17 November is taxiing the runway 26. Downtown. Via Alpha. Oh, and then to the right to me should be the, over here is where the FBO is, and a maintenance hangar and all that. Do you see those taxi lights sticking up in the middle of the taxiway? Interesting. This one is definitely not right.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, let me see if I can get one. This is weird. This is a little bit disappointing. I was expecting this airport to be better than the other one. Can't believe the little airport ended up better. Look to the right. I would be able to lean forward. I usually what I do when I'm approaching this line is I'll like turn to the left and I'll turn the plane to the right, so I can have a better look up and down both sides of the runway.
Makes sense.
Yep. Downtown traffic Skyhawk 172 November is taking runway 26 for a straight out departure downtown. I can do it now. Nope, I don't see anybody. The sock is in my favor. Oh, I should have rotated a long time ago. Too busy looking at the sock. Here we turn a little bit to the right to get over the river. Don't need to be flying over people's houses. This is where I usually make my left crosswind. Downtown traffic, Skyhawk 172 November is departing to the west. Last call, downtown. Where should I go from here? I'll go back to Skyranch.
Tom, fly to F45.
Where's F45? Is that your airport in Florida?
North County off PGA.
Yeah, I'd be up all night. Skyranch.
That's what the fast forward time skip button is.
Yeah, I'd have to get fuel a number of times though. Skyranch traffic, Skyhawk 172 November is inbound for a left base entry for the south runway. For the south runway, Skyranch. That's the medical center down there. This isn't usually the way I fly back to our airport. I usually go a little bit more out to the left, to the south. But the scenery is actually pretty good, you know? I'm so amazed. It's actually distracting. Skyranch traffic. Skyhawk 172 November is left
Yeah, it
base,
is really good.
south runway. I mean, it's actually distracting to look at this great scenery like this. That's not what I meant to do. There we go.
It's also distracting to have me pop on in the middle of a radio call. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. I wish there was a way to, like, I can see so much better in a real plane. Skyranch traffic. Skyhawk 172 November is turning final south runway. Skyranch. Usually I fly over that field a little bit more. I'm gonna have to go into X-Plane to see if my yoke's really this choppy in X-Plane as well. See how choppy that is? Very easy to make myself stall like that.
Yeah. I checked the settings in this game first, and I think that's where you'll find the problem.
Yeah, I could try. I never really... I looked once and I couldn't really find anything to set it. Skyranch traffic. Skyhawk 172 November is clear of the active runway. Skyranch. Clean up the plane, turn off the carb heat. If it was on, it's a fuel injected plane.
You know, it would be cool to design a flight simulator where you have to go through your pre-flight check, and it would simulate things you'd be looking for in your pre-flight, that if you didn't catch, it would cause an issue in flying.
Yeah. Yeah. You notice how these pads are shaped like wings? You know why that is? On the here like that, our pads are really square like that.
Yeah.
See how that one's square? Our pads are really square for our planes. These are like wings, probably because when the satellite came over, there was probably a plane sitting here. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. Yep.
Oh, that's a good possibility.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason I can think of why you'd have those wings sticking out of the cement pads. Because we don't have those at the airport. Alright. Well, thank you. You can stay on Zello. I'm just going to say for the video, thank you for joining me for the flight. I'm going to end the stream now.